Good morning, guys. Welcome to today's lesson, April 7th, another look at review. So how do we write coordinate geometry proofs? The do now. Quadrilateral ABCD is graphed on the set of axes below. Which quadrilateral best classifies ABCD? So choice 1, trapezoid. Doesn't look like a trapezoid. Why? Because both sets of opposite sides are parallel. We have a parallelogram here. AB is parallel to CD. Those both have a slope of up 4, right 2, so 2 over 1, simplified. And in addition to that, BC and AD are also parallel. So we have a parallelogram, cannot be a trapezoid. 2, rectangle, nope. No right angles. Okay, those slopes of the consecutive sides are not opposite reciprocals. Choice 3, a rhombus. Let's check if we made some right triangles around each side length. Let's see if they're the same dimension. So this would be 2, and this would be 4. And now this one here, 4 and 2, another right triangle, 2 and 4, another right triangle, 4 and 2. So for every single one of those, we have a right triangle that's a 2 by 4. So it would end up being 2 squared plus 4 squared is equal to, for example, AB squared. So you would have 4 and 16. And one of the sides is radical 20. Now you would repeat that process for the remaining 3 sides, and you find out that every single side length is radical 20. All right, and choice 4, no right angles. So 2 and 4 are out because we have rectangle and square. There's no right angles, so we can't have those. Choice 1, a trapezoid. Nope, it's a type of parallelogram. And choice 3, a rhombus. Yes, all the side lengths would end up being radical 20, so we would get choice 3. Alright, so we're just going to practice one, and then you're going to practice one on your own. So example 1, the vertices of quadrilateral JKLM have coordinates J, -3, 1, K, 1, -5, L, 7, -2, and M, 3, 4. Prove that quadrilateral JKLM is a parallelogram. Then prove that it's not a rhombus. Alright, and use the grid as optional, but we know we're going to do that. So let's first focus on the fact of parallelogram. Parallelogram, simplest property you could think of. Probably that the opposite sides are parallel. The word parallel is in the word. Okay, so opposite sides parallel. How do we show parallel? Same slope. So the slope of JM is up 3, right 6. Up 3, right 6. Simplifies to 1 over 2. Now let's focus on the side length that's opposite JM, which would be KL. The slope of KL is equal to up 3, right 6, which is the same. So that means, remember, we now know that JM is parallel to KL. Same slope. Okay, now we need to also show this for the other pair of opposite sides, because both pairs, just like the do now, where both pairs of opposite sides are parallel, we need to show that here as well. So for JK, the slope of JK, now it's going to be a negative slope, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right 1, 2, 3, 4, so down 6, right 4. That will simplify to -3 over 2. The slope of ML, the side length that's opposite that, down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right 4. Same slope. So we can make the conclusion here that we have another pair of opposite sides parallel. So JK is parallel to ML. We just have to explain. Right, we showed the work that backs up parallelogram. So JKLM is a parallelogram. because both pairs of opposite sides are parallel because they have the same slope. Alright, so both pairs of opposite sides are parallel because they got the same slope. So we showed its parallelogram. Now in addition to this would probably get us 2 points. We also need to show that it is not a rhombus. Prove that it is not a rhombus. So what have we been showing to make something a rhombus? We've been showing all of the side lengths are equal. So let's focus on finding the length of one of these sides. Let's say JM. So the right triangle around that would be a 3 by 6. So let's find that length. That would be 3 squared plus 6 squared is equal to JM squared. This would be 9, and 36 is equal to JM squared. Just simplifying from here. And we would get JM is equal to radical 45. This would be approximately 6 point something. Now let's pick another side. Let's see if it's the exact same thing. If it's not, then we're done, because not all sides would be congruent. So let's focus on JK here. Let's find the dimensions of JK. We make a right triangle around it. We would have 6 by 4. So these numbers are different, very, very close, but they're different, so they're most likely going to yield a different radical. Alright, so let's find the length of JK. Which would be 4 squared and 6 squared is equal to JK squared. It'd be 16 and 36 is JK squared. That adds to 52. And you get JK is radical 52, which is 7 point something, not the same as that 6 point something we got for JM. So you can stop there. Not all sides are equal, so we're done. All right, we just have to make sure we explain that. All right, JKLN is not a rhombus because not all sides are congruent. Okay, a little bit of a review. We showed its parallelogram because the opposite sides were parallel. Remember, we show that through slope, same slope. Okay, and we showed that it's not a rhombus because not all sides are equal. Okay, just a side note, this one, that came to radical 45. This side length over here would have been radical 45. It's a parallelogram. Opposite sides are equal to each other, but not the consecutive sides are equal. In other words, it's not all of them are equal, because this one's radical 52 and this one's radical 52. So those would be the side lengths. Radical 45, radical 45. The opposites are equal. Radical 52, radical 52. But the consecutive sides, not all the sides are equal to each other, so it can't be a rhombus. Alright, so try this one on your own. Alright, it says prove that it is an isosceles right triangle. So 2 things. Show 2 sides are equal to each other using Pythagorean theorem, and then show it's a right triangle. Show there's a right angle. So 2 of the sides, their slopes have to be opposite reciprocals. Alright, so work on that. Check back later in the day and see how you did. Alright, you can get started on your Delta Math this week. Remember, that's due on Thursday. Please message me and remind if you have any questions. And that's about it, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you mañana.